that still to come on the Arts Hour.
With the BBC News, I'm Roisin Hasty. The office of the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said a decision to retaliate against Iran for its ballistic missile attack 2 weeks ago will be based on Israel's own national interest. The statement was a response to a report by the Washington Post, which said Mr. Netanyahu had told President Biden he would not target Iranian oil or nuclear sites. The United Nations says its peacekeepers in southern Lebanon will not move from any positions, again defying calls by Israel to withdraw. Several UN troops have been injured during the Israeli military's offensive against Hezbollah. Representatives from India and China are in Pakistan's capital Islamabad for the first time in at least 9 years for a summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The two-day summit brings together leaders from 7 other countries, including Iran. North Korea has blown up several roads near its border with South Korea in a symbolic gesture following its decision to sever physical ties with its neighbour. The South Korean military filmed a number of explosions along the border. Human Rights Watch has called on the Rwandan government to carry out an investigation into torture in the country's prisons after concluding that the practice is deeply entrenched. Its research found prison officials had been allowed to torture detainees with impunity for years and that judges ignored complaints from victims. Official campaigning for Japan's snap general election is underway. The vote will take place on October the 27th. For the next 12 days, candidates will engage in intense campaigning to secure seats in the House of Representatives. The Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has come under pressure about his new luxury clifftop home while launching a public housing project. Mr Albanese was in Queensland to promote hundreds of new affordable homes but had to answer questions about a multi-million-dollar property he's buying.
Welcome back to
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medase.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7. Online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car,
At work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Though your heart is aching,
Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie, and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show.
This is Starr Radio. This is UK. Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Starr Radio UK Tuesday. Why did I say Monday? Well, Monday was a lovely day, and I hope that you enjoyed it. But to the Tuesday edition of the morning show, I am the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
And let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy, and to my colleague and co-presenter, Mr. Olayomi Koiki, to Dr. Chisande Adeyemo Igboho, because of him now, Yomi is on the move. Yeah, we're trying to see whether we'll be having him on the program. That's a doctor. We're going to be having doctor on the program, but for sure, we're going to be having Mr. Olayomi Koiki. We know doctor is very, very busy at the moment, but we'll try to see. Yes? Okay. And then let me say good morning to Bishop Adeshina, Anthony Adedeji Aziz, wherever you are. Massive good morning to you. Shamsuddin, long time no here. I hope you are doing very, very well. Good morning. Tosino, good morning to you as well. Rachel, good morning. And as many of you who have tuned in this morning to listen to us, good morning. Atakofi, all the way in Ashaman, Ghana. Massive good morning to you, Atakofi. I hope you are also doing very, very well there as well. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes, someone's not feeling well and they just sent me a message. So we pray for the person, we wish them speedy recovery. They are in hospital, but we wish them speedy recovery there, right? Good. And let me say good morning to Felix all the way in Aberdeen. Kojodi, good morning to you. Mr. Frank Davis, good morning. KB, good morning to you. To the one and only, yes, BB Clement, who will be coming your way this afternoon with BB Means Business as well. We pray that you are all doing very, very well. A massive good morning to you all. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right then. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial. We're going to be telling you exactly what is going to happen today. All right then. So I'm going to bring you the quote for the day. The weather forecast is going to follow suit. Then the travel update. We move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds. That is known as global trotting. After which we'll continue to bring you the details of that. And that will be from starting from Nigeria, where Mr. Olayomi Koiki will bring us those updates somewhere in northern part of England, not London, northern part of England, where he is at the moment. And then we'll be telling you more about all that. And then if we have the chance or the opportunity, we'll have Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo will also appearing on the show for a brief chat there about his visit to the UK and Yoruba nation as a whole. A few things. Well, if you have any questions pertaining to that, once we have him on, you can send those questions in and we can put it across to him as well. Okay. Ajani Ajala, hey, good morning. I hope you are doing very, very well as well. Yes, thank you very, very much. As I will say on this platform, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones. Then after that, we'll look at some of the other stories making the rounds across the globe. Depending on how the conversation goes, I wouldn't put a time scale on, but for sure, at 12 o'clock, we'll open the lines for you to add your voice to the discussions. And then by 12:30, we'll bring the curtains down for the end of the program. But it can be extended any way that we want it, right? Because we are in control of it, all right? So feel free when the time comes, if you want to put your, maybe some questions or some suggestions, whatever you want to say, we'll give you the opportunity to do so at the time. But you can post all your comments and whatever it is on our platform and we'll bring that your way as well. Wow, the quote for the day, a quick one, because I'm already pressed with time. Your future is the product of the efforts you make today. Your future is the product of the efforts you make today. When it comes to the weather, for London and the southeastern part of England, this is how the weather is going to be for you today. We're going to be seeing largely cloudy day. There may be the odd brighter spells at times, dry for most, but there may be the odd spot of rain later on, a drizzle locally as well. This evening will start cloudy with scattered showers later into tonight. A band of heavy rain will move in and linger until dawn. A breezy and wet night expected as well. Top temperature 17 degrees, the lowest 14 degrees. Sunset 18:06 and sunrise for tomorrow morning 07:25 hours. And that brings us to the end of the weather forecast and taking you straight to the travels. On the travels, yes, the underground lines, good service. DLR, London Tramden, good service. And the major routes in London, good service, no exceptional delays there. London Riverbats, good service there, and the cable car, good service there, bringing us straight to the final segment, that is the National Rail. But I would say keep your eyes on the roads, also keep you navigated, I promise I won't. Now, cross country, a special service, Northern Rail, special service, Southwestern Railway, special service, Thameslink, minor delays there as well. So that brings us to the end of the weather forecast. Now that we've cleared every one of the stories that is pertaining to the weather, transport, travel, and all that for you, let's go straight on to the global trotting. Order to divert Super Eagles flight came from Libya's highest authorities. That's what the pilot, the pilot of the flight that took the Nigeria, the Green Eagles, the Super Eagles, my apologies, to Libya. And then blackout as national grid collapses again. Electricity distribution companies across the country said the grid collapsed around 6:48 p.m. And Tinubu welcomes Super Eagles' safe return, demands probe of inhumane treatment. And I think I'm also demanding that as well. 6 dead, 5 injured in Ibadan accident. Those are some of the stories making the rounds. They'll be telling you more about that. SAMA does not rule out rides in national insurance for employers. Well, the same, we didn't say employers, we said employees. So, but if you know that you increase that, it's going to some way, somehow, not directly, indirectly impact employees as well. So we'll see more about all that in a jiffy. Now, burning rubbish now, UK's dirtiest form of power. And then USA's peacekeepers will stay in South Lebanon, defying Israelis' call to withdraw. And then moving on straight to other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world as well as we go on. There is a rush of African satellite launches, and why? We'll be telling you more about all that as we go on from there. In other stories there as well, Russia and China strengthen defense ties during talks in Beijing, and there are some of the stories making the rounds there as well. Okay, in Ghana as well. Well, the National Cathedral is not going on. The whole project is stalled. However, They say salary payments must continue despite project being on hold. Dr. Joyce Aye is saying. Does it make sense? What do you think about all that? Would that particular edifice be completed? We know that the president has got how many months before he exits office because he's not running for a second. Okay. Yes, a bit of correction from there. We're going to be having Professor Adebanje Akintoye, who is going to be joining us all the way from Benin this morning instead of Dr. Chisande Adeyemo Igboho. So we'll be doing all that. Yes, so wherever you are, don't even think of touching the dial because we're going to make sure we bring you all that. Yes. We will be doing all that. But those are some of the stories making the rounds. Whilst we prepare the ground to have Mr. Olayomi Koiki joining in, just stay tuned. Let's take a quick break, and I will bring in you Mr. Olayomi Koiki all the way from somebody say the middle part of England, right? Or the northern part of England, whichever is appropriate. All right, a quick break, and we come back to you. Stay tuned. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Okay, let me say massive good morning to you wherever you might all be. Once again, welcome to the program. Those of you who are listening to us this morning, I can tell you assuredly, yes, as I did announce earlier on, I will not be having Chief Dr. Sunday Adeyemo Igboho today. No, not today. But we'll be having the head himself of the you know me, we're introducing him better than I do, but Professor Akintoye, who is going to be joining us all the way from Benin, yes, this morning. So wherever you are, stay tuned. It's going to be a very lovely program. But now let me go to Mr. Olayomi Koiki, and he will tell you where he is this morning. Yomi, massive good morning to you.
Well, a very good morning to you, Mr. Archie, and also a very good morning to all our listeners and viewers from around the world. And we welcome you once again to the 15th of October 2024 on the Starr Radio UK network, where we continue all the news bulletin and the global trotting. But when exactly 11 o'clock is when we go straight to Nigeria, because there's quite a lot of development and story coming out of that as well. And you're quite right, as soon as the call comes through, I will hand over Professor back to you in the studio so that you can continue the engagement with him. He's on standby as well, but for now, while the call is trying to connect, let me come back again to you in the studio, where we start the conversation. But it will join us, not today, but it will probably join us, some other time.
Yes, okay. Listeners.
And we have Professor Akintoye, Professor Adebanje Akintoye, the leader of the Yoruba Self-Determination Campaign Group, that have joined us from Benin Republic, where he's currently residing. So I will hand over to you, and I hope you can hear me back in the studio, Mr. Archie.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. So we'll go to...
Yes, so I'll hand over you back to Professor. Go ahead, Archie. Professor can hear you back from Benin Republic.
Okay. Professor?
Yes, I just want to say congratulations to Yoruba people, all Yoruba people.
Wow. Professor, good morning to you. Good morning to you, Professor, and welcome to Starr Radio UK.
Yeah, good morning to all of you and congratulations. Congratulations on what happened on Saturday.
Yes.
I want to say thank you. Thank you on behalf of the Yoruba nation, on behalf of Oduduwa. I want to say thank you to all of you who put it together. I want to say thank you to my son, my very dear son, Sunday, who traveled all the way to Britain to make sure that we will be present as we planned. Because our plan that is a team who will take our letter to the British Prime Minister. And he came and the government in style. I'm very happy. I know that the Yoruba nation struggle is moving forward now at a pace that even we, who are the leaders of it, we are not sure we could get to soon. We are getting to it sooner, much sooner than we had expected.
Wow.
And so here we are. The Yoruba nation is very likely to come into existence in no distant future. Nigeria is crumbling before our eyes. And many Southerners are now saying, well, it is time to agree with the people of the South and break up the country. Yeah, many of them are now saying, and the leading citizens of the North are now saying to agree with the people of the South over the evolution of the country called Nigeria. So we are going to have our country very soon.
Okay.
And I pray for all of you, all of my people, and all of you who are running around and getting things done for this person, that God will protect you and bring all of you safely and sound to the day of celebration of our nation's life. Our nation is important, and we will all be there by the grace of God.
Right.
None of you is going to get up. None of you is going to get wounded. None of you is going to lose your life. None of you is going to lose anything valuable to you. You will be there in joy to celebrate the path of the country that you've been fighting for.
All right, I'm going to hand over now to Archie, because Archie has a couple of questions to ask you, Prof, and then, those questions will come through. Go ahead, Archie.
Okay, Professor, it's nice having you on the program. Now, first of all, we had the event that took place last Saturday with the presentation of the request by the Yoruba nation to the UK government. Okay, now, what do you think is going to come out of that? And then what is the next stage of the quest for Yoruba nation?
We are moving faster, as I've said. We are moving faster towards our nation now than we had expected. And we are excited. That's the truth of the matter.
Okay, that is good. That is good. Thank you very much, Deb. Then, are you looking forward to the government of Nigeria coming to say that we're going to give you a chance for a referendum? Is that what you are looking forward for? And if they fail to do that, what is the next step?
There's a bit of a connection. We'll let you come back. And
it is not going to be anything like Nigeria.
All right.
It is not going to be like Nigeria, not at all. Nigeria is a disease and a curse. And we are not going to have anything like Nigeria in our country. We are going to have a supra-modern country that devotes all its resources to the development of the quality of life of its people, that is completely free from public corruption, that emphasizes emphasizes science and technology and education at the highest level, the highest quality of education. It's going to be a country in which people will come out and become the leaders of the world in technology. Yes, that's the kind of country that we are planning to have. And it is a kind of country that we are capable of creating. People don't have a history of being able to create prosperous societies, peaceful, prosperous societies. Now we are going to take that gene, that genetic factor in our being, in our bodies. We are going to use it now to build the greatest country on the African continent, the world power of modern times. Thank you.
And I think there was a question that was asked. Archie, if you want to ask that question again, because I'm not sure, Prof got that question. Go ahead.
Yes, Prof. I was asking that with the presentation of the request or the desire by the Yoruba Nation to the House of U.S. UK government. Now, are you looking forward to the government of Nigeria giving you the chance to have a referendum to say that yes, the Yoruba people want out of Nigeria?
Yes, we have asked the government of Britain to magnanimous and support our desire to get out of the time out. Nigeria has become. We want to take our people out.
Okay.
Our people are not used to this level of poverty. But we cannot disclose the details of our letter.
Okay.
Diplomatically, that is not done. But I think that everybody knows that what we are asking for is support for our peaceful departure from Nigeria. That's it.
Okay. Thank you very much. And listeners, I did say that if any one of you has any question that you wanted us to put across to Professor, you can send it in, and then we'll be able to do that as well. But I've got Yomi to there, and it will not be only me asking the question, but I'll allow Yomi to bring that your way. But Professor, once again, if it happens that the government, like we had what do you call him, the former president, what is his name, Buhari, not hearkening to anything, he was thinking that nothing of the sort is going to happen. And we have the Tinubu in place. He's a Yoruba person. And we were thinking that him there will expedite things. Let people have their chance. But if they fail to hearken to that, what will be the next step?
No, there is no next step. We just go on as we are going on now. We are not waiting for any government of Nigeria. We don't think that any Nigerian politician will ever have the humanity and the common sense to recognize that Nigeria is already disintegrating and to help Nigeria to break up peacefully. The way that Gorbachev helped the great Soviet Union to break up in 1990 to 91. That's what we need. But what we have in Nigeria are politicians who want to hold on to power at all costs. Who, like Milosevic in Yugoslavia, we hold on to power, until the country disintegrates into blood in their hands. That's the kind of, but we Yoruba, we will not be there to share in the blood. We would have done. It doesn't matter who the politician is in Nigeria. They do not recognize the voice of the people. They cannot see what is happening. Look at it. Nigeria is made up of many ethnic groups. The four largest ethnic groups in Nigeria are the Yoruba. The four largest are the Yoruba, the Hausa, the Igbo, and the Dog. And all those four are now saying we want freedom for ourselves. They just said categorically, we want our own Igbo republic. Belt are already gathering together also. Some time ago they said they were walking towards a Takuruku republic. So which country are they trying to rule? Are they going to force all of us to stay in Nigeria? does anybody mind? It doesn't matter who it is, Buhari or Tinubu, who's our brother. But does the government of Nigeria think that they can keep all of us by force in Nigeria? We want to leave Nigeria, and we will leave Nigeria. That's all. The weight of our pressure will soon become too much for Nigeria to bear, and they will let go.
Wow. Okay. We know that with the event that took place last Saturday, we had lots of people from across the world coming in. Now, what do you want to tell them? Because people will see the quest for some people to have that freedom or leave, and they didn't. Oh, it's gone on for a while. Now, what do you want to tell them so that they can have hope in your quest?
Did you get a question, Prof?
I didn't get that question clearly, but I imagine that what you are asking, who goes first from Nigeria?
The people that were in the...
I said it's the Yoruba who will go first.
No, well, the question was those that were engaged...
better ready than any other group.
What the question was that... let me repeat the question.
If living is to happen piecemeal, a little...
The question that Archie, the question that Archie was asking from this.
We are ready for it. We have achieved enormous progress towards living. So we will live. We are not fighting anybody. We are not killing anybody. We said from the beginning that we were going to pursue this struggle by peaceful means, peaceful and law-abiding means, and that's what we are doing. And it is succeeding marvelously. Because of our peaceful approach, many countries in the world are coming forward now to support us. Many countries in the world. So, if Nigeria is to break up piece by piece, the first piece to go will be the Yoruba nation. We are going.
All right. I'm going to ask Prof one more question, and then maybe if Archie have another one. The event on Saturday has generated a lot of conversation. The event on Saturday have generated a lot of conversation and discussion, both positive and negative. But after Saturday, how can you tell those around the world can you hear me, Prof? Hello, Prof. Can you still hear me?
Hello?
We can hear you. I'm not sure if you can hear me, Prof.
Okay.
Yeah, the question is...
I changed my location just to make sure to see whether it will be better. Looks me.
We can still hear you back here in the studio.
Yeah.
Okay, the question is, from Saturday till today, there have been a lot of reaction around the world, regarding this letter that was submitted on your behalf by Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho to number 10 Downing Street. What are you telling the world and those Yorubas that are not believe in the Yoruba struggle, the Yorubas that are diaspora or the Yorubas that are back home?
The question is, that's the last thing I heard.
Well, the Yoruba that are in diaspora and the Yoruba back home that have not participated in the struggle, after the letter that was dropped on Saturday, what advice are you giving them now? Because there's been a lot of reaction since the letter was delivered by Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho.
What advice?
What advice will you give the Yoruba diaspora that did not engage or participate in the struggle in the last 4 years?
We record with that from the beginning. If you see our manual, we have a manual for our struggle. A lot of people don't know that. We have a manual where we state everything that we are going to do, what to expect. We Yoruba, we are an ancient civilization. We recognize that there will be some of us who will, for one reason or the other, not because they hate their nation, but for one reason or the other, not participate in the struggle. Yes, we know We knew from the beginning. And so my advice to them now is that now the thing started, and we did not think it was going to go far. Now it has gone very, very far. And now it is near the goalpost. You had better shake off yourself and join now and participate one way or the other. That's my advice to all. Not only the diaspora, people at home too. Many of our politicians, they should know that the goal is close now. We are looking at the goal now. They had better come out and support the struggle so that they will be able to say, I was one of those who got that country for my people. And a lot of people are afraid. What is going to happen in Yoruba land is not a war against people, anybody. It's a war against a system of government, the Nigerian system of government that is so totally destructive. Nobody can bring that into Yoruba land. Nobody can bring any piece of it. You want to join politics because you want to be rich? That is not going to happen in Yoruba land. The resources of the Yoruba people are for the development of the quality of the lives of the Yoruba people, not for enriching any young man who wins the election. You will earn your salary, sure. You will earn your salary, sure. But beyond that, don't expect anything. If you do any makamaka with the resources of our country, you will get what you deserve. It's going to be clear. You will get what you deserve. So the war is not against persons. It's a war against a system that is totally destructive, that has dragged one of the richest countries in Black Africa to nothing. We won't let that happen to the Yoruba country, to a republic, or the Yoruba.
Thank you.
We will not let that happen.
Thank you so much, Prof. Because of the time constraint that we have, I'm going to go back to the studio with Archie because we're still based in Manchester. Archie's, in the Central Studio in London. Archie, I would like you to take one more question, then we can allow Prof. But Prof will have time with us at a special, program that we might host in next week, where his image would also come onto the screen as well. I'll go back again to you in Croydon, where Archie is in the studio.
Yes, thank you very much, Olayomi. Let me say, Prof, one final question that I want to ask. Now, we've had various leaders. We've had the former president, what is his name, Obasanjo. He was a Yoruba person. We've had various people. Now, Tinubu did say something, I think sometime this week or last week, saying that, look, they've been trying to fight corruption. And everything, people are using the rule of law, the same law, to avert being, they are doing the wrong thing, but you cannot imprison, you cannot do anything. Now you are promising that, well, when the Yoruba nation is formed, and we will make sure that people are not corrupted and all those things. So it's a systemic problem that we have there. Now people are very pessimistic because they are thinking, at least we know this devil. Now what about the angel that we don't know? So what are you going to do differently from using the law again because you cannot just go arrest somebody and just throw them in the jail? No, there should be a proper rule of law. What do you think you are going to do that's going to be different from what is happening now, Prof?
Nigeria has chosen its path, and nobody can turn it around. Nigeria has chosen its path. The path of an elite that thinks that all the resources of the country belong to them alone and that the people don't matter. That's the kind of, and it doesn't matter whether the politicians holding the reign of power are Yoruba or Fulani or Hausa or Igbo, it doesn't matter. It's the same kettle of worms. And so we don't expect any. Those who are saying, oh, let us just reform Nigeria so that the Yoruba too will get part of the reform they are killing. They don't understand what they are talking about. They are dealing with one of the most powerful systems of corruption that the human mind has ever put together. Corruption in Nigeria is not just a public official is a thief and he wants to know. It is a system. To be able to reach the top in the system, you must subscribe to the system. And so it's a very powerful system, immovable. And nobody can remove it. The answer is get out. Get out. That is it. And we are getting out. People say your brother Tinubu is in power. So yeah, he is. We love him. He's our son, he's our brother, he's our father to many of our people, younger people, and so on. Yes, we love him. But we recognize that he's part of a system. And we don't want to be part, the way Yoruba don't want to be part of that system. We don't blame him for anything. We just want to remove ourselves from the Nigeria that is destroying the life of our people. That's all.
Thank you so much, Prof, for joining us on the Starr Radio UK on the 15th of October 2024, all the way from Benin Republic. I'm sure Archie would like to also, send a greeting before we let you go so that we can continue with the update.
Yes, Professor, we want to say thank you very, very much for gracing this program this morning.
On a short notice.
Yeah. Yes, a very, very short notice. Yes, a very, very short notice.
That shows a kind of a leader that we want.
Yeah, is very, very prepared for the job ahead. But Professor, before we go, a few people have sent some messages. Let me just put them across. Ajayi Gabriel says, Baba, long life, sir. And they say Yoruba Nation, no going back. Yeah, Yomi, I know that you also got some comments there. Yeah.
Yes, we have from here. We have Onabanjo says Baba Adebanje Ekpe Funwa, and a lot of greetings from all the Yorubas around the world that are sending their greetings. No, that's the name. That is the name of the person sending you the greetings, sir.
Okay.
Yes, Onabanjo is sending you a greeting. Okoga Onabanjo Latif, is sending you greetings, and so many others as well are sending greetings around the world.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Professor Adebanje Akintoye from Benin Republic, and we continue with the update with Archie on the Starr Radio UK, the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London.
I love you all. I love all Yoruba people without exception.
Thank you.
Thank you, Baba. All right then. All right. Wow. Listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. We hope that you enjoyed that conversation with Professor Adebanje Akintoye. Yes, he was making sure that we don't get it wrong. Yes, you see how that's how they are. I mean, they want everything perfected. They don't want any hala things there, right? Professor, thank you very, very much. Omaboyede Shegun, let's say good morning to you, and we salute you also for joining in. Yomi, that's quite an interesting conversation that we've had this morning. And I hope that listeners across the globe, I mean, not only Nigerians, not only Yoruba, but we want people to understand why somebody is saying that, look, we think that we've been marginalized, or we think that things are not going the way that it's supposed to go. And therefore, we want out of the whole system. And they say, we're not going to be doing anything wutu, as Yomi was saying, but they want to put things together perfectly to get the quest what they want. But Yomi, if you're summarizing it, what will you tell those who have listened to us this morning?
Well, I think the first key is corruption. Can we get rid of corruption in Nigeria? The answer is no. You can't get rid of corruption when we have different minds and different ideology of people that knows that they've used corruption as a leverage. And let me give you the headline. I didn't put that in, but I have it behind me, and the headline stating clearly that it seems that corruption is now going to the next level, according to the APC government that have been in power for the last 1 year and a half. And the message is that many people are now being told to grab the food wherever you can find it. Just grab the food. And as we know, Baba Akintoye is explaining that for us to move as Yoruba people, we are better off to have our own independent country. And as a sound mind of people, he has been part of the Second Republic. He worked tirelessly to get Nigeria going, but as you know, Nigeria is not ready to go because we have different people. We are not the same. It is the British in 1914, through their own selfish interest, that decided to join what was not meant to be together. And that is why you can see that even the Biafrans are asking for the same right as well. So in summary, what I've heard Prof speaking in the last 21 minutes is stating clearly that we are telling the world that we will take our decision, but we are still going to go through the diplomatic route. You did ask Prof whether Prof, agree with you that this present administration, should the present administration refuse to do anything, what next? What are we going to do? And Prof says, we don't even have to wait for them. What we have just done on Saturday is to send the last signal, or even the one signal or the two signal. But the decision of the Yoruba to exit Nigeria will be decided on the territorial ground of the Yoruba people, and that decision will be done between the team and Igboho and those that believe that Yoruba people needs to move out of Nigeria. Will the politicians support this? They would never support this, because we know that all the politicians are so embedded in corruption, and they are most also the puppet to the globalists and those that want Nigeria to remain one for their own selfish gain.
That is a mouthful there. Listeners, Starr Radio UK, Miss Olayomi in our North London studios, bringing you updates from Nigeria. As we did say, we had the opportunity to have a chat with Professor Adebanje Akintoye this morning. It's just a snap of the finger like that, and we said we need him, and then boom, he was there. And you can just, the way he articulates and the mindset and everything that he has, it's quite an interesting one. At least I know that he convinced me with what he was saying. But what about you? It's not coming away from Starr Radio UK. I am Archie here in the South Studios. Got Mr. Olayomi all the way in Manchester, where this morning he's bringing you updates from Nigeria. So now let's go on to some of the substantive issues that have gone on, sir.
It seems that the story that we were given, the development yesterday, is escalating itself quicker than what we might think of. The Libyan authority diverted the Super Eagles flight at the last minute, and this is now coming from the pilot. The unexpected diversion of the flight to a remote airport at Al-Barak instead of their intended destination in Benghazi has been a source of controversy between Nigeria and Libya. The pilot who flew Nigerian team has now shed more light on the controversy in the wake of the crisis between the Nigerian authorities and the Libya over the ill treatment meted over to the Super Eagles. So also, the president is also asking for further inquiries, and it seems that that is going on. So the second headline, President Bola Tinubu welcomes the Super Eagles safe return, is now demanding a probe of inhumane treatment. My question to the president is, how many inhumane treatment is going on in Nigeria, yet these are not being resolved? Is it because these are celebrity of stars that are representing Nigeria, but many innocent Nigerians are melted with inhumane treatment, and yet nothing is done? So that is coming from the presidency as well this morning. It seems that the NEPA is another big problem, and there's another blackout as the national grid collapse again is one of the headlines coming on the Starr Radio UK this morning. Electricity distribution companies across the country say the grid collapsed around 1848 yesterday, and I can tell you this morning that it has not come back to normality. The national grid has collapsed on Monday, plunging millions of Nigerians into darkness. Electricity distribution companies across the country said the grid collapsed at about 1848 yesterday, resulting in the loss of power supply across the network. The question is, if you do not have enough electricity, how can you run an economy? How can you bring things together? And these are many questions as well. My daughter died at appointed time. I'm not sure whether we talked about this story yesterday, but this is a story that developed on Friday last week when the Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mele Kyari, has expressed his gratitude for the outpouring of support following the passing of his daughter, Fatima. Reflecting on her life, Kyari, in a statement on the X on Monday, described her departure as occurring at the appointed time and expressed hope of reuniting with her in Ghana by Allah's grace. My daughter Fatima departed at appointment time, and we're looking forward to meeting her in Ghana by Allah's grace. We say RIP for the daughter. I'm going to take one more because I'm still struggling with my voice, as you can tell, because of the activities that took place over the weekend. But notwithstanding, the federal government plans 25% tax on Nigerians earning above 100 million. Is coming from the other headline as well. NNPC are going to be selling the PMS, which we know as petrol, at 995 naira per liter. Imagine, during the Jonathan, it was 65 naira per liter. You can multiply how many percentage have gone through with that. It shows that it's a country that is currently fiddling and is about to go down. But it seems that many Nigerians still believe that things can be done, and it seems that Professor says nothing can be done to rescue and save Nigeria. I'm going to take one more, then go straight to what is happening. The oil production is dropping, and we know that in the southeast region, there's a lot of activity that is going on there, and that means that we are not pumping enough according to OPEC. The Nigerian crude oil production has dropped to 1.3 million barrels per day in September, according to the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries yesterday. In its monthly oil market report for October, OPEC disclosed that the country's crude oil production has fallen from 1.52 to 1.32. It tells that there's a lot that is getting loose because the loss is about 27,000 barrels per day. And we know because the region is very, very hostile, especially with the federal government attacking, the people of the Biafra in that region as well. I'm going to go straight to what is happening on the social media this morning, and I'm going to come back to you. A lot of happenings is happening, as we say all the time, as many Nigerians rely on this platform to have their discussion heard. So it seems that the Nigeria football Super Eagles with the Libya is one of the most trending news this morning. But again, as usual, they're back home, they are safe. That is the most important thing. But what about the millions of Nigerians that goes around the world, traveling either through the normal airport or through the back route, and are being melted with so many, inhumane activities? We hope that, many Nigerians, will ask the question. But as you say, Simon Ekpa, we warned them about the terrorist state of Nigeria. Thank you to the Libyans with the emoji of love, and is responding that no food for 13 hours in terms of the AFCON that have now returned back home. Well, many Nigerians are struggling, as we know, but it seems that many Nigerians still believe that there's still hope. But for those of Yorubas, they're saying there's no hope. I'm going to take one more, and then I'm going to come back again to you in the studio, Mr. Archie. Once again, this is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's take one more, and then I will come back again to you, Mr. Archie. And this is coming from _Africa_confidential, and this was posted some few minutes ago. Dear Nigerians, if you are running around hopeful for 2027 that you are about to vote out bad government, then you people are much bigger fool than I thought. If by now you haven't realized that those so-called elections only worsen your situation, then it means that you can never learn, and you deserve all the shege Nigeria has to offer you.
Well, listeners, it is Starr Radio UK, Ms. Olayomi in Manchester. I'm Archie here in the South Studios, and we are bringing you everything that you need to know when it comes to the updates from Nigeria. Let me read some of the comments that have come through. Oluwasegun says, really a day Yoruba. Okay, I don't want to massacre it. Yomi will read that one to you. And then Omoboyede Shegun says, God will bless you, sir, and God will bless you too. Bishop Adeshina says, kudos. He said, good morning to Starr Radio UK. Nigeria in indefinite power outage nationwide as national grid collapses. And Prince Ade says, God bless CSI. All right then. Thank you very, very much. One more. Bishop Adeshina says, how long will fish reign? People ruling over vast number of intelligent people. Interesting. And that's why one of the comments said that if Nigerians are waiting for a vote to go and vote out the government in 2027, then they are big. I don't want to use the word that the person used there, but it's interesting. Yomi, I know that your voice is properly like you've been very busy, so I know for more than a week he's been so busy, and I know how that feels like. But Yomi, before we go,
well, let's give a shout out to the Manchester last night. It was a fantastic one. My mom just returned back to London. She didn't get back home until about almost midnight, this morning, after leaving Manchester. We also say thank you so much to Olorieko for hosting us at a very beautiful dinner, with Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho. We're still in Manchester, and we're still saying thank you so much to the Nigerian community in Manchester, for coming out, the Yorubas and the non-Yorubas as well. And on that note, remember that if you're in Manchester, you can listen to Starr Radio UK as well. If you want to get the update, especially if you want to know what is happening within the Yoruba community, it is on Starr Radio UK. You can get those information.
Yomi, let me say thank you very, very much for this wonderful time this morning. It's been a wonderful morning, and I hope that our listeners have enjoyed it. But you know what? Permit me to bring you this song once again. I did play it yesterday, but I think it's a song that suits the occasion, and that is from Jeanette. It says Yoruba Nation. But Yomi, before you go,
thank you so much. Bye for now.
Bye. Enjoy the tune from Jeanette, and I'll be with you.
Yoruba Nation lọ́fẹ́. Ọmọ Yorùbá kí la fẹ́ o. Yoruba Nation lọ́fẹ́. Ọmọ wọn Nàìjíríà. Yoruba Nation lọ́fẹ́. Ọmọ wọn Nàìjíríà. Yoruba Nation lọ́fẹ́. Ṣé kí ìtọ́ mi sẹ́yìn o? Yoruba Nation lọ́fẹ́. Ìtẹ̀pá wa jẹ́ òtítọ́. Yoruba Nation lọ́fẹ́. Ìyá yìí máa pọ̀ lápọ̀jù. Yoruba Nation.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Yoruba Nation lọ́fẹ́. Ebi ń pa wá, ìyà ń jẹ wá. Yoruba Nation lọ́fẹ́.
The best radio show.
Àwa ń ṣe wọ́n Nàìjíríà. Yoruba Nation lọ́fẹ́. Àwa ń ṣe wọ́n Nàìjíríà mọ́. Yoruba Nation lọ́fẹ́. Nísìnyí o, Yoruba Nation la fẹ́. Yoruba Nation la fẹ́. Ẹ pariwo, ẹ gbóhùn sókè. Yoruba Nation la fẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ kó dàmọ̀, ẹ jẹ́ kó rí gbọ́. Yoruba Nation la fẹ́. Ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ sókè nísìnyí o. Yoruba Nation la fẹ́. Ọmọdé ìlú máa ń pariwo. Yoruba Nation la fẹ́. Àgbààgbà ìlú ti gbóhùn sókè. Yoruba Nation la fẹ́. Obìnrin ìlú dẹ̀ faraya. Yoruba Nation la fẹ́. Àwa ò ṣe wọ́n Nàìjíríà mọ́. Yoruba Nation la fẹ́. Èyí tí àjẹwà ó ti tó. Yoruba Nation la fẹ́. Òṣì máa pọ̀ lápọ̀jù. Yoruba Nation la fẹ́. Ẹ̀yàn àjẹ́ tún ń pa wá. Yoruba Nation la fẹ́. Ebi ń pa wá, ìyà ń jẹ wá. Yoruba Nation la fẹ́. Àwọn sàbòrò ló ti pa wá tán. Yoruba Nation la fẹ́. Ọmọ wọn Nàìjíríà. Yoruba Nation la fẹ́. Wọ́n rí títí no surrender. Yoruba Nation la fẹ́. Ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà ń pariwo. No more wọn Nàìjíríà.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Àwọn Congress ń faraya. Break it on the sẹ́yìn o. Yorùbá World Voice see them.
In your car,
At work.
at home.
On your smartphone.
Okay, so that is Janet for you saying Yoruba Nation. I hope that you've all enjoyed the program this morning, but before I take a break, let me bring you one of the comments that have come through. Baba Tope Ipai, I hope I pronounce your name well. It says Yoruba Nation is the only solution to our problems. Thank you, Koiki Media. A big well done to you and to our Yoruba Nation hero, Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho and Baba Professor Banji Akintoye. Let your comments come through as well, because they're still listening in, though they're not live on, but they are listening in there and they will see your comments there as well. But this is Starr Radio UK. Ajayi Gabriel says thank you, and thank you, Ajayi. Okay, this is Starr Radio UK. We take a commercial break, and once we come back, I bring you the rest of the stories making the rounds this morning. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business. The show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say order, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 11:47, and let me announce the lines open if you want to hop in and share your take with us pertaining to any of the issues that have been raised from Nigeria, from the Yoruba Nation, and to others as well. Feel free to do so. But now we're going to go on to have a look at some of the other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world. But before then, this afternoon exactly at 1:30, BB Clement will be coming away with BB Means Business show, and it's live every Tuesday at 1:30 and every Thursday. Repeat broadcast takes place at 7 p.m. as well, so make sure you make a date with them. Okay, BB Clement, yes, catch us live. All right then. So now let's move on to some of the stories making the rounds in other parts of the world this morning. If you're listening to us, you got your music, you got your anything of yours that you want us to sample, promote, or anything, feel free, get in touch with us, and I promise you one thing for sure, we'll deliver on that, right? Good, thumbs up to you. All right then, now here in the UK, now Keir Starmer has not ruled out the rise of national insurance for employers. Now, Keir Starmer has not ruled out a national insurance increase for employers in the budget. The Prime Minister sidestepped questions over whether Labour's manifesto promise not to raise taxes for working people covered employers' national insurance. But it was apparent from the Prime Minister's interview that a national insurance for employers is going to rise. The Labour Party 2024 manifesto ruled out raising national insurance income taxes there. And VAT. Now, speaking on Downing Street, Keir said this month's budget was going to be tough, but we'll focus on rebuilding our country. Let me say, Ajayi Gabriel says he is listening to us in Yoruba land. Okay, Ajayi, how is the weather this morning? And how do you feel after listening to Professor this morning, Mr. Olayomi Koiki, and with all the activities that took place over the weekend? How do you feel about it all? Feel free, just post your comments there and let us hear from you. Keir said Labour had been very clear in the manifesto that we wouldn't be increasing tax on working people. So Those who have got small businesses and stuff like that, oh boy, it is coming, and I bet you it's going to be here. But currently, employers pay national insurance at a rate of 13.8% on employees' earnings above £175 per week. National insurance rates also applies to employees who start paying when they turn 16 and earn more than £242 a week, or have profits or more than £12,570 a year. Now, it is not paid by people over the state pension age, even if they are working. All right then. Okay. Ajayi says he's listening, and he says that it was a very good one, sir. God bless you, Ajayi. Okay. Now let's move on to some of the other stories making the rounds in the UK this morning. Now, the former Foreign Secretary and former Prime Minister David Cameron had urged the UK to consider sanctioning 2 Israeli ministers as a way of putting pressure on the country to act within international law. The former Conservative Foreign Secretary said before the election he had been working up plans to put sanctions on Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich and National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir. Now, he described the 2 men as extremists and said using sanctions will send a message to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that this is not good enough and had to stop. Now, Lord Cameron said both men had said things like encouraging people to stop aid convoys going to Gaza. They have encouraged extreme settlers in the West Bank with the appalling things they have been carrying out. Now, earlier this year, Smotrich suggested it might be justified and moral to starve Gazans, and has called for Palestinian residents to leave and make way for Israelis who could make the desert bloom. Now, that's why the planned sanctions did not go ahead. Lord Cameron, who was Foreign Secretary between 2023 and 2024, said he had been advised it would have been too much of a political act during the elections. UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy has condemned comments by Ben-Gvir and Smotrich as entirely unacceptable. Now, last month he said, "We are very worried about escalatory behavior, about inflamed tensions. I'm absolutely clear. If we have to act, we will act. I'm in discussions with G7 partners, particularly European partners, on that. I am not announcing further sanctions today, but that is kept under close review." Ladies and gentlemen, Star Radio UK. Let's move on to other parts of the world as well. Now, Harris caught black and Latino votes as polls suggest Trump gains. Now, with just weeks to go until the U.S. presidential election, Kamala Harris is ramping up efforts to cut black and Latino voters. Now, despite holding a clear lead among both groups, some Democrats have warned she needs to do more to energize these voters to turn out for her in November. Now, that's in part due to recent polling which suggests Harris' Republican rival Donald Trump is having success in winning over black and Latino voters, a continuation of gains he made in 2016 and 2020. Now, one New York Times Siena poll indicated Harris had 78% support among black voters compared to around 90% support for Democrats in recent election, with men accounting for most of this drop off. Now, this could prove crucial in a race that looks set to be decided by razor thin margins, and even if this polling is off in key battleground states, modest gains among black or Latino voters could ultimately sway the result. In Arizona, for example, nearly 1 in 4 voters on the 5th of November is expected to be Latino, along with almost 20% in nearby Nevada. In another key state, Georgia, black voters constitute about 30% of the total. So what could be driving Trump's apparent gains with these voters is the question. Some are talking about the economy that is taking center stage, but the economy, particularly inflation and the cost of living, is the primary issue for majority of the voters. Now, we had the central bank coming out to, reduce their interest rates, but I thought that would work for them, but no. Now, among them in Quentin Jordan, a 30-year-old Virginia resident who once voted for Barack Obama but has voted for Trump since he first entered the national politics stage in 2016. He said inflation has pretty much made it impossible, extremely challenging for people to provide basic necessities for their families, Mr. Jordan has said. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, so how do you see that election going to be like? Whew, a strange one, right? Okay. Now, relationship between India and Canada has been quite sour in some days and months now. Now, India and Canada have expelled their top diplomats and escalating tensions over the assassination of a Sikh separatist on Canadian soil, marking a new low in historical cordial relationship. While past disagreements have strained ties, none have reached this level of open confrontation. In 1974, India shocked the world by detonating a nuclear device, drawing outrage from Canada, which accused India of extracting plutonium from a Canadian reactor, a gift intended solely for peaceful use. Now, relations between the two nations cooled considerably. Canada suspended support to India's atomic energy program, yet neither expelled their top diplomats like they did on Monday as the row intensified over last year's assassination of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, a Canadian Sikh leader labeled a terrorist by India. A tit-for-tat expulsion followed Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's claim that Canadian police were investigating allegations of Indian agents' direct involvement in the June 2023 killing. The Canadian police further accused Indian agents of involvement in homicides, extortion, and violent acts targeting pro-Khalistan supporters advocating a separate Sikh homeland in India. Delhi rejected the allegations as preposterous. All right then, so those are some of the things happening there in Canada as well, but in other parts of the world as well. Let's see what is going on that we can bring your way. Now, North Korea have been saying that they will block any access to the South, and lo and behold, they promised and they delivered. Now, footage released by South Korea's Ministry of National Defense shows the moment North Korea blew up roads connecting it to South Korea. It comes after Pyongyang vowed last week to cut off the roads and railway, once seen as a symbol of inter-Korean cooperation in a bid to completely separate the two countries. The Korean People's Army described the move as a self-defensive measure for inhibiting war, claiming it was in response to war exercises in South Korea and the frequent presence of American nuclear assets in the region. It marks an escalation of hostility at a time when tension between the Koreas are at their highest point in years. Now, following the expulsion, the South Korean military said it had fired on its side of the border in a show of force and heightened surveillance of the North. It is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Moving on to some stories making the rounds on the African continent as well. Ukraine has denied allegations that it has supplied drones to rebels fighting against the Malian army and Russia-backed mercenaries. Now, it comes after the Paris-based Le Monde newspaper reported that Ukrainian drones were providing support for the Tuareg rebels who are benefiting from discreet but decisive support from Kyiv. Now, Mali's junta-led government ended a long-running alliance with former colonial powers, France, in 2022 in favor of Russia, in a bid to tackle a years-long militant Islamist insurgency in the north. But it had been unable to quell the unrest and recently suffered heavy losses alongside its Russian allies. Now, Mali and its neighbors, Niger and Burkina Faso, where the military is also in charge, have since accused Kyiv of supporting terrorism in Sahel after a Ukrainian official said earlier this year that their country had offered support to the rebels. Now, the Ukrainians are desperate. They are looking for all the necessary accoutrements to be able to, push back Russia. So why would they do so? Anthony Adebanje, hey, good morning to you. I hope you are doing very, very well. It's now afternoon here. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, so what do you think about this that is going on in the Sahel region? If care is not taken, if it's not controlled, I know what is going to happen, how it's going to be spiraling out of control and affecting various countries. Nigeria, it's going to be Cameroon is already having anything from them. We're going to be having it from what we call them, Benin, Ghana, Togo, Ivory Coast, or Cote d'Ivoire, and all those bits. But what do you think is the way forward? Okay, so come your way from Starr Radio UK. The Duchess of Edinburgh has described distressing scenes of sexual exploitation after meeting refugees from Sudan's civil war who had fled to neighboring Chad. The people are having to exchange food and water for sex, for rape. That is violence that is being enacted through conflict. It is being used as a bargaining tool, said Sophie after a visit to this conflict-hit region of Africa. She spoke to women who had traveled into Chad to escape the conflict across the border in Sudan. Now, these women have no option but to leave, and even then, they're lucky if some of them can get away, because if they leave their houses, they get killed, said Sophie, who was moved to tears by the harrowing testimonies. Wow. So come your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, still bringing you some stories from there. A bus carrying university students in northeastern Egypt has crashed, killing 12 people and wounding 33, according to the country's health ministry. According to local media reports, the students on board the vehicle were returning from their classes to their dormitory when the crash occurred. A group of ambulances arrived at the area to transport the injured to hospital. The ministry did not specify further details about the condition of those wounded. The ministry did not state what led to the crash. The driver has been arrested as part of a probe into the accident. Now, Khalid Abdul Ghaffar, Minister of Health, and Ayman Ashur, Minister of Higher Education, have paid their respect to relatives of the students. Such incidents are not uncommon in Egypt. Every year, road accidents claim thousands of lives in the country. The crashes are mainly as the result of bad roads, speeding, and poor enforcement of traffic legislation. The pictures are in front of me. Is quite gruesome, quite gruesome, and 12 people have lost, or 12 students have lost their lives there. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now we'll go to Ghana as well, touch on a couple of stories from there, and then we can bow out nicely. And at 1:30 we'll have BB Clement coming your way with BB Means Business, of course. Now, Dr. Joyce Aye, a member of the Board of Trustees for the Ghana National Cathedral Project, has strongly defended the decision to maintain salary payment for staff, even as the construction remains paused. Addressing concerns over the stalled project, Dr. Aye explained that halting salaries during such a period is impractical, as key efforts are still underway to ensure the project's eventual completion. She stressed that the delays in raising funds for the cathedral are part of the natural challenges faced by major projects. It takes time, Dr. Aye said, drawing parallels with the financial challenges often encountered by churches and individuals when embarking on large-scale ventures. She remained optimistic, asserting the key word is yet. Her comments came after criticism emerged over the decision to continue salary payments to the workers while the project is finally struggling. Now, detractors argued that paying employees during the hiatus could be seen as mismanagement of funds. However, Dr. Aye rejected this notion, asserting that many staff members are still actively contributing to the project success behind the scenes. Even though construction is paused, it doesn't mean the work stops, Dr. Aye remarked. She criticized the idea of cutting off salaries as ridiculous and emphasized the importance of sustaining the project's progress, which goes beyond physical construction. As fundraising efforts continue, Dr. Aye argued, urged patience, assuring that National Cathedral project is still on course for completion despite the current financial hurdles. Now, amid public concerns about the finance transparency of the National Cathedral projects, Dr. Joyce Aye has assured Ghanaians that a comprehensive audit of the project's finances is in progress. Dr. Aye confirmed that the 2021 audit had been completed and audits for subsequent years are underway. She assured that a full financial review will be made available. There is nothing to hide, Dr. Aye stated, addressing a growing demand for clarity on the project expenditure. She emphasized that the National Cathedral Secretariat had already made 2021 audit available to the public, reaffirming their commitment to transparency. However, she expressed concerns over what she described as disproportionate scrutiny of the project, pointing out that other institutions, including banks and companies listed on the stock market, do not face the same level of public questioning during their auditing process. Dr. Aye reassured the public that more audit reports will be released in due course, promising that the full financial details of the National Cathedral project will soon be unveiled. And what is the timetable for it? When will it be completed? It's going to be quite an interesting one, right? I'm going to say, yeah, right. Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on to some of other stories making the rounds in that geographical area. Okay. Now, there was an explosion in Budumbram. It was said a 7-month-old baby survived. Now, what exactly took place there? Dr. Ishmael Norman, President and CEO of the Institute of Security, Disaster and Emergency Studies, has associated the dynamite explosion at Gomwa Budumbram in the central region with negligence on the part of the construction company. The dynamite explosion that claimed the lives of 3 market women and left 40 others in critical condition took place on Monday as part of the ongoing road construction on the Kaswa-Winneba Highway. Now, according to reports, the contractor responsible for the dualization of the road was blasting a large stone at the construction site using dynamite. Unfortunately, the blast went wrong, resulting in the death of 3 women on the spot. The 40 injured, many of whom are in critical conditions, were rushed to the Winneba Trauma and Specialist Hospital, where they are currently receiving treatment. Now, Dr. Norman cites the road construction company's negligence as the cause of the devastating dynamite blast. He added that since the area is a human settlement, the construction company should have considered warning and evacuating the people, which could have prevented such an incident, but they failed to do so. So negligence have caused people to lose their lives and people to be maimed. Wow, it is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right. Just bear with me. We are at the tail end. We'll bring the program to a close pretty soon. Yesterday I came in the morning and I had my producer talking about some incident that have taken place during a peaceful march or a walk, health walk, as our politicians normally would do when it's getting to time of elections. But the Ghana Police Service has ramped up efforts to find a suspect known by the alias Fatawu Motorway, who was seen in a video footage wielding a weapon during violent clashes between supporters of the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress in Mamobi in Accra. Following disturbances between supporters of the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress in the area that resulted in the injuries of 9 persons. The police has released a statement to reaffirm their determination to ensure those responsible face justice. We urge members of the public to support us with credible information as we continue our intelligence-led operation to get him and other perpetrators arrested to face justice, they stated. The violent confrontation between the MPP and NDC supporters had heightened concerns about political unrest in the area. The residents have called for stronger scrutiny measures, while the police have asked for public cooperation. We are working with all available evidences, including video footage, to track down those responsible, the police added. Authorities have pledged to restore calm in the community while continuing their investigation. We are counting on the support of the community to provide any information that can help us locate the individuals involved, they assure. The police have also distributed images of Fatawu Motorway, urging the public to remain alert. The suspect was captured in the footage with a weapon, the police emphasized, and I can see that weapon. But what if it's fake? Well, innocent until proven guilty, right? Right. Okay. And one other story before we bring the program to a close pertaining to the Galamsey, the menace of Galamsey illegal mining in Ghana. Reverend Father Raymond Osei-Tutu, the Chancellor of the Archdiocese of Accra, has suggested that the root cause of illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey, lies in the irresponsibility of both the government and the citizens. Now, speaking during the peaceful environmental prayer walk organized by the Catholic Archdiocese of Accra recently to address the environmental damage caused by illegal mining, Reverend Osei-Tutu stressed the need for Ghanaians to rise and speak against the destruction that is causing immense damage to the environment. He added that illegal mining is not the only problem. Legal mining is done illegally as well. And that is quite interesting, because he said even legal mining is being done illegally. So causing environmental and pollution, degradation and pollution of the water bodies and all stuff that seems to be going on there. When you watch pictures of what is going on, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. See, water bodies, clear water bodies now turned into milky or chocolate. I don't know what to term it. Well, that seems to be what is happening there as well. Now, the Asante Hene seems to be unleashing his anger on people. The Asante Hene Otumfuo had this two Nana Richumwa Bonin II, the Queen of Denyase Traditional Council in Ashanti Region. The ruling was handed down during a meeting at the Asante Man Council on October 14, that's yesterday, following allegation that Nana Richumwa Bonin II have violated the sacred oath, great oath of the Ashanti Kingdom through treacherous invocation. Now, during the proceedings, Nana Richumwa Bonin II appealed for clemency. However, the majority of the council members opposed her plea. Nana, we cannot forgive her because the great oath must be paramount in all our dealings. So, violating the terms of the oath is unacceptable, one of the chiefs said. Now, Gwasuma Hene added, my biggest fear here is the oath that is involved. So, pleading on her behalf will be difficult because the sacred oath is involved. Otunfo's linguists or all the chiefs have said that they cannot work with her, so she must go, another affirm. Otunfo said to the second emphasized the sanctity of the great oath and the imperative to uphold Asante custom without exception. In safeguarding the golden stool and the great oath entrusted to me, I must ensure fidelity to our traditions, he said. As the elders have said, that we don't invoke the great oath in vain. When I became the Asante Hene, I was told I did not have a mother, a brother, or anybody, and the only thing I have is a golden stool and the great oath to protect. I really like the queen. I call her my old lady, but going against the great oath, I have to go by the tradition. Says, if I forgive her, then who should I punish if the person does the same? We have to tell the truth to people. She is at fault. She's a family member. If she does not have the money, she can come and I'll give her money. But to violate the great oath, no, she can't sit on the throne anymore. But the question is, what oath did this woman violate? Well, it is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. We'll be bringing the program to a close for today. That will be after this. The Parliament is set to commence with the fifth meeting of its fourth session today, October 15, 2024, at the Dome of the Accra International Conference Centre. The relocation to this temporary venue is due to ongoing renovation works in Parliament main chamber, which has been the traditional site for parliamentary sittings. The change in venue was announced in a statement by the Speaker of Parliament, Adebanje Bagwin, on September 30, 2024. This session marks a key moment in the legislative calendar where members of the Parliament are expected to address pressing national issues. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I bring the program to a close for today. It's been a pleasure coming your way. God willing, tomorrow we'll be coming your way with another edition of the morning show. But let me say good morning and thank you very much to Professor Adebanje Akintoye and to Miss Olayomi to Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho for all organizing that for us to have Professor on this morning, just at the click of a finger, and he was all prepared to come on as well. Let me say thank you to Bishop Adeshina, to as many of you, Baba Tope, Ajayi, Gabriel, Omoboyede Shegun, Oluwa Shegun, okay, and as many, as many of you, Ajanje Ajala, and all you people who joined in as well, and to Kwaki Media as well. We salute each and every one of you, and we say, have a blessed day until we come your way tomorrow. But remember, tomorrow dawn we'll be having the one and only, I call him my big reverend, coming your way with the Power Hour. Command your morning. It comes away from 5:30 to 6:30. So join him on that. Reverend Michael Esiama and the team, they will bring you all that you need to know. So on that note, I say have a wonderful day and stay blessed. And this still comes from Atakofi. Atakofi, was lovely talking to you yesterday afternoon. Yes. You're coming out with some authentic traditional music, I call them, made from the African pot, and it says Yehovah Wana. That's the finger of God. May the finger of God be upon you and direct all your affairs today. And as the church people would say, Amen. All right then. Bye bye. Until I come your way tomorrow. Bye.
Thanks for listening.
Ekadunya na nefele nyumba wanani anunyani no koimbe kwa nefele nyumba wanani anunyani no kotwe no nefele nyumba wanani au nyumba wanani au nyumba wanani kura ene nyumba wanani nyumba wanani nyumba wanani ya desani pele kanto nyumba wanani nyumba wanani ya desani pele anya mino rubi apua.
Thanks for listening.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.